Hello and welcome to Prime Sports. My name is Daniel Cranting. Let's begin with the Ghana Premier League, where City rivals Accra Great Olympics and Accra Hearts of Oak played out a goalless draw earlier today in matchday 16 action. The fixture, which bears the name the Mantse Derby, interestingly was played in Kumasi at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium after the closure of the Accra Sports Stadium to football and activities this festive season. The drab encounter saw few chances created in what was an anti-climax to the much-anticipated encounter. Let's now take a look at this weekend's fixtures in the Ghana Premier League. Yes, as I said, that game between Great Olympics and Accra Hearts of Oak ended goalless. Brecum Chelsea will take on Bofakwa Tanon. Sotriman will play host to Aduana Stars. There'll be a very interesting one in Kumasi, where Kumasi Asante Kotoko takes on RTU. Samatex are doing really well in this season's Ghana Premier League. Will take on Karela United. Dreams FC, off the back of that impressive CAF Confederation Cup win over Lobito, will play at home against Accra Lions. Bechem United will play host to Nations FC. Legon Cities will be at home against Accra Lions. And then Midiama will take on Gold Stars. We're now joined on Zoom by sports journalist Clinton Eletu just to take us through or preview some of the weekend's action in the Ghana Premier League. Thank you, Clinton, for joining us. Let's just talk about the Mantse Derby, the Ghana Mantse Derby. Very anticipated encounter. It was hyped so much throughout the whole week, and it failed to show us the goods. A very drab match, ended goalless.
Oh yeah, it was disappointing. When I tune into the game, I look at the play in the first few minutes. I was like, this game is going to end in a draw. It's as if both teams were not ready to play. They were eager to enjoy their Christmas, so they just want to get on with it and just go home. It wasn't inspiring. It was so boring.
You follow the Ghana Premier League a lot, especially when football across board is ending. People are getting or taking a break. People are getting ready for the festive season. What sort of advert does this give to the Ghana Premier League in terms of the quality of play? Because Friday night fixture on the 22nd, people were expecting fireworks.
Well, I keep saying this, that if they don't take it serious, if they don't take the league seriously, no one will come watching. Imagine someone travels from a Hasbrook fan travels from Accra to Kumasi to watch and experience that. The next time he won't go. So if at all you have the opportunity to play in an important game, a derby game, you have to put out your best, entertain the fans, even if you don't score goals, at least make the game interesting. If you see the way they were playing, it was as if none of the players were interested in, making the game lively. They just don't concede. That is the only instructions. If you see the way they're playing, so that's the only instruction the coach probably told them not to concede. So both teams were playing very, very carefully, and they tried not to concede. So it's not promising. They need to improve.
Okay, let's preview some of the fixtures that are coming up this weekend. There's that Christmas Eve fixture between Kumasi Asante Kotoko and RTU. Kotoko are really doing well over the past couple of weeks. I think it's 5 straight victories if you add the Hearts of Oak win to that one. 5 straight, and then they drew against Olympics. So that's 6 games without a loss. They play host to RTU. Another opportunity for them to take all 3 points?
Oh yes, definitely. RTU can beat Kotoko in Kumasi. So if that happens, it's going to be shocking. When I say shocking, I mean extremely shocking, because RTU coming to Baba Yara Stadium to get points against Kotoko, it's always a big deal to them. So I don't expect RTU to beat Kotoko. It's not possible.
Let's talk about Samatex doing really well in the league this season. They play against Karela. This is probably the last game. 2 games to the end of the first round. Matchday 16, and then the next week it's over at the end of the first round. Just preview that game. What do you think their chances are?
Well, I think Karela won their last away game, so I think it gives them a boost into this game. And Samatex, with a win, they can top the Ghana Premier League table. So it's going to be a very, very crucial game. But I'm thinking Samatex will beat Karela United, considering their recent form. I'm sure they would want to win or get a point against Samatex because of their last game, but it's going to be very difficult. Samatex are very, very good this season, very good. So I'm predicting a win for Samatex in that game.
Let's touch on the two teams that are competing in Africa. First of all, Dreams FC, they take on Accra Lions. They were brilliant last time we saw them against the Lobito of Angola. 4-0, they won that game. Abdulaziz on crazy fire. And at home, back in the Ghana Premier League, it's sort of been contrasted. They've not been as dominant in the Ghana Premier League as they have been in the CAF Confederation Cup. They sometimes show that form, but it's not on a consistent basis. How do you think they will fare in their return to the league this weekend?
Well, as for Dreams, I think against Accra Lions, it's going to be very tricky. Accra Lions are a team that you feel you are going to beat them, but when they start playing, they just score one goal, they surprise you. You come out to attack to get the equalizer, they'll score again, then they will defend before you see you've lost the game. So it's a very tricky game. Yeah. Dreams FC will be expecting, Accra Lions to fear them, considering the fact that they are performing well in the CAF Confederation Cup. But I think they have a lot of, enough firing power to beat Accra Lions. But I'm hoping they don't get tired because of the games they're playing, fatigue might also be an issue for them in that game. So Accra Lions are actually the team that you expect to put out, performance. Even if they are playing home or away, you expect them to put out a good performance. So I'm expecting that game to be one of the games to watch this weekend because there'll be a lot of goals.
And then Midiama, last time out in Africa, didn't go too well. They got thumped 3-0 against Yanga. They returned to the Ghana Premier League at home. Again, their fortunes in the Ghana Premier League have not been too good on the back of what we saw last season. They have to start putting things right before we enter the second round.
Oh yeah, when they lost against Yanga, someone posted on his or her website, the person said they've sacked the coach. I was like, come on, it can't be true because he has done an incredible job. So Mediama is struggling, and I don't know how to put it. Sometimes they'll turn up, sometimes they won't. But I think against Bibiani Gold Stars, that should be a very easy win for them, considering the fact that Bibiani Gold Stars are currently struggling, and away from home, Bibiani Gold Stars can beat Mediama. So I'm expecting a win for Mediama, despite the fact that they lost against Young Africans in the CAF Champions League. That particular one is a win for Mediama. I'm 100% sure for that one.
Okay. Clinton, since I have you, have to take your thoughts on this. We've reached basically the end of the year. Just give me your thoughts on the Ghana Premier League throughout the year 2023. We know Asante Kotoko won the season. Also, it was Midiama who won last time around. Kotoko entered the year as defending champions. It didn't happen too much for them. Then Midiama took over the trophy. We've seen some ups and downs. You just take me through what are your highlights for the year in terms of the league, and then the low points also.
Well, a lot of things have been happening, events have been happening in the Ghana Premier League this season. The only thing that has caught my eye so far is the Nations FC Kasim Bingo. He's doing an incredible job for Nations FC. I think he should be commended. He knows how to work and instill his ideas into his team. He has been incredible. I think it's one of the coaches that should be considered whenever we talk about the national teams on that 17, on that 20 and all that. He knows how to play with young players. Then, as for the title overall or the first round, I don't know what to say because this week, you see a team in second position. Next week, they are in first position. Before you see they are in third position. No one wants to cement their mark on top of the table. So, overall, I think this season, anyone can win the Ghana Premier League. If you look at the standings right now, from number 1 to 4, anyone can win. Kotoko can get to the top, and you see they lose 2 games in a row. House of Oak have not won an away game since, I think they have not won outside Accra since January 23rd against Mediama. So everything is happening in Ghana Premier League. You don't know what to expect. It's just unpredictable. But so far, we've seen some quality games, some quality goals, and officiating has improved a little bit compared to last season. Yeah. So I think the second round, we're expecting some more fireworks.
Okay, take me through this basically awards time. You mentioned the coach that is doing fantastically well so far this year. Yes. From January to December, who would you say has been your player of the year in the Ghana Premier League?
Wow. I think I'll have to go with Jonathan Soa because he has performed in the Ghana Premier League and he has earned huge spots in the Black Stars team. You know, if he gets if you perform well in the Ghana Premier League and you don't get rewarded the Ghana Black Stars team as a face of the Ghana Premier League, I don't think anyone would actually give you praise or take you seriously. That is why Abednego Tete was not happy that he was not called up. He hasn't been called up to the Black Stars team. So I think my player of this year is Jonathan Soa.
Great stuff. I basically would have gone for the same player. But just talk me through. When you talk about Soa being rewarded in the Black Stars have a very major assignment coming, probably the second biggest in terms of the World Cup and then the AFCON. In January, a couple of weeks from now, we've seen 11 players 11 players from the Ghana Premier League in the CAF provisional list. That's for Ghana. How many of them do you think can make the final squad? And if so, do you think they have enough quality to rub shoulders with Africa's best?
Oh yes, I think there's enough quality. Then for the Ghana Premier League players, I don't know. If you look at the Cameroon AFCON, you see Abekwe, which other player? There's one other player. Then Richard Atta. They never made the match day squad. So talking about Ghana Premier League players going to the AFCON, if they will feature, I'll be very, very happy. So Jonathan Soa has featured, coming as a sub in a few games for Black Stars, and he looks promising. I'm sure if he gets the opportunity to go to the AFCON when the game is very tough and Ghana is looking for a goal, I think he is a player you can rely on because he has this aura about him. When he's in the 18-yard box, you pass the ball to him, he can, create magic at any time. So I think Jonathan Soa will be a very useful player for Ghana Black Stars at the AFCON. So if they are picking him, they should actually play him. Don't put him on the bench.
And what about in terms of the midfield area? The preview from the Arsenal-Liverpool game showed us that Thomas Partey is still a long-term absentee for Arsenal, and that could also extend to the Black Stars. So the Richmond Lamptey calls. Are you one who thinks maybe if Partey can make it, Richmond Lamptey can put in a shift in his place?
Well, if Partey can't make it and Richmond Lamptey is called, it will be very, very difficult to see him play because he hasn't played at all for Ghana Black Stars. So starting him or playing him in the tournament is kind of a stretch. You'll be like, this is not where you come to gamble. You just have to stick with the players that already know your model or style of play, players that have actually featured for you under the coach Chris Hughton and all that. So if Richmond Lamptey gets caught up to the AFCON because Partey cannot make it, I don't expect him to feature that much because Chris Hughton will obviously look at the players he actually trusts and know how they understand him and all that. So Richmond Lamptey going and playing for Black Stars in the AFCON, I'll be very surprised. That would be a very, very huge call.
Thank you very much, Clinton, for your time. That was Clinton Leto, sports journalist, joining us just to preview and review the Ghana this weekend's Premier League fixtures, starting with the big one between Aston Villa and Sheffield United. Aston Villa win and they go top of the Premier League table. The game between Manchester City and Brentford has been postponed because of Manchester City's participation in the FIFA Club World Cup, which they won earlier today by 4-0 against Fluminense. Then later on Saturday, Mohamed Kudus's West Ham United welcome Manchester United. It will be Tottenham up against Everton. Nottingham Forest will take on Bournemouth. Fulham will play host to Burnley. Luton Town will take on Newcastle United. Then at Anfield, the lights will go down when Liverpool take on Arsenal. And the first time in Premier League history, there will be a game on Christmas Eve on the 24th when Wolves take on Chelsea in the only game on Sunday. Let's take a look at the fixtures in the Serie A this weekend. Frosinone, they will take on Juventus. Bologna will play host to Atalanta. Torino will host Udinese. Inter Milan will be up against Lecce. Hellas Verona will take on Cagliari. And then the big one between Jose Mourinho's AS Roma and Napoli. That's all for Prime Sports here on Joy News. My name is Daniel Cranting. Thanks for your time.